Hey guys, welcome back to Robo. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. And today in this video, what we're going to explain to you is the geometry and the placement of all these labels, buttons and everything like that we learned in the previous Python coding video. And by the way, if you haven't watched that video, the link is right here. You can check that out. Watch that video, come back here and learn about the geometry of these things. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about how to place the other labels and buttons and everything into your widget. So basically we're going to talk about the geometry and the placements of these buttons and labels, everything. So we straight jump into my laptop and tell you how the code works. I have a code ready and I'm just going to explain you the code step by step and what the different syntaxes mean basically. So over here, if you see the first two lines, if you watched the previous video, you know what these mean. So from tkinter import ttk means that we are giving it some styling options basically, and the import tkinter as an app, which is going to import it as an application. And over here, the app main window is going to be like the coding part of the main window. This is going to be the entire window that we're going to be coding. So label 0. So we know that while coding in any language, be it C++, Python, anything, the first thing starts with 0 and not 1. So yeah, so remember that. And so label 0, we're just gonna code and tell what label 0 is gonna be, how it's gonna look, what it's gonna say, everything like that. So over here, if you see app main window, so it's gonna be situated inside the app main window, that is this thing. And over here text, it's going to say label 1. So text is what that thing is going to say. And the background, the color that we're giving is orange. So it's similar for all these other 3 labels as well. So in entirety, we're creating 4 labels and we're just going to name them as label 1, 2, 3 and 4. So on label 1, it's again inside the main window and it's going to be called label 2 because that's the second label. And the background is going to be green. Similarly for label 2, that's going to say label 3 situated in the main window. The background is going to be blue. And for the third one, label 4, it's going to be situated inside the main window and the background is red. Let's go ahead and start coding where these things are going to be placed. Now this is the geometry part of this code. So now, for example, we're just going to code the label 0, that is this entire thing, right? So the fill syntax over here, what the fill syntax says is where this thing is going to be placed, like which axis is going to take. Fill can be either X, Y or both. So if it's X, it's going to take up space horizontally, and if it's Y, it's going to take space vertically, and both is going to take space on X and Y axis both. So that's what fill means. And the side, where it's going to be located, the side can be of 4 types: left, right, top and bottom. So we're just gonna say left for this example over here. And this is the expansion. So what expansion means is that it's telling the code to create space and allow this label to take up that space. Now expansion is a Boolean thing. It takes Boolean letters, for example, like true or false. So now in this thing, and on default expansion is always false. So we have to state if it's going to be true or not. Otherwise it's not going to be taking up the space that we intend it to. So the difference between fill and expansion is that fill is going to state which axis that this label or the button or whatever you're coding over here is going to take inside the widget. And the expansion is going to allocate it space, create space and allocate that space to it inside of your widget. So that explains fill and expansion. So expansion is just going to create additional space for it to allocate that label or that button to. Similarly for all the other 3 labels as well, it's the same that you've put. They're just going to take both the axis, that is X and Y. It's going to be on the left side of it. Its expansion is true. And yeah, same for label 2, both left true, both left true. And that is it. Just close the loop. Let's see how it looks like when we run it. So if I run it, it's going to be taking like this. So see, 1 is on left, 2 is on the left. So it just takes sequentially, right? So it's going to be left, left, left and left. And they took both the axis. Now, what if you want to create it on like a vertical basis? We can do that too. Now we saw how it took space on both the axes. Let's just allocate these things one axis, either X or Y, and see how they take space now. So instead of both, let's do X in all of these things. And let's put like a little left-right combo, shall we? Left, right, and if you play it, if you see, they didn't take up the entire space, they just took space horizontally. So label 1 is on the left, label 2 is on the right, label 3 is on the left, and label 4 is on the right. So that's how the code went, and you see the left right thing. It's pretty interesting. Let's put y now. Let's just see how it can do if it has y in it. Let's see how it works left right if they take space vertically. Let's see how that works. If you see over here, they did take space vertically instead of the horizontal that it took in X, and it took left, and right. Simple as that. That's how it takes space. And let's just go back to like them being like on both. Let me just put both, and let's put like top, bottom, and see how this space takes space up vertically instead of the horizontal that we saw throughout. So let me just put top, bottom, and top and bottom, right? And let's see how that does. See, takes up the entire space vertically and horizontally, and top, bottom. That's it. That's how these things work. This is how the geometry in all the Tkinter works, and you can place your labels, buttons, everything like that, like this. Also, if you want this code, you can find out we have written an entire blog on the same topic itself. This one and the earlier one, you can check both the blogs out. The link for them is down in the description. Check them out. You'll get the codes for these and the previous videos codes as well. So check them out, try it out yourself, make a few changes, and just have fun with it. That's how the geometry and everything like that works on your Tkinter library for your labels and buttons and like that. And if you have any doubts, let us know in the comment section down below. And if you want us to make a full-fledged app and explain that to you step by step, leave this video a like and subscribe for that. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.